Good morning and welcome to Mission Control Houston. We're inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room, where the team is monitoring systems aboard the station. This is the ISS Update on Thursday, September 1st. The team is following along with the activities of the Expedition 28 crew members. 6 crew members on board the station are working through the early afternoon of their day on board the complex, focusing on science experiments and maintenance work. One of those science experiments or payloads is actually an educational activity that Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency astronaut Satoshi Furukawa was working on earlier this morning. It's called Lego Bricks. It's part of a partnership with Lego, and it includes a series of toy Lego kits that are assembled on board the space station and used to demonstrate scientific concepts. Some of the models include satellites, a space shuttle orbiter, and a scale model of the International Space Station. The work that Furukawa was doing this morning involved putting together an example of a living and working space on board the station so that he could talk to students about what it's like to live and work on board the space station. And that video is provided through NASA Education to young children between 4 and 8 years old. That is part of a 3-year agreement with LEGO that will use the inspiration of NASA's space exploration missions and the appeal of the popular Lego bricks to spur children's interest in science and technology and engineering and math fields. After that, Furukawa joined NASA astronaut Mike Fossum with his work with the Robonaut on board. There was a checkout scheduled this morning for Robonaut 2, or R2 as it's called. It was to check out some of the sensors in the Robonaut and also do the first motion of the robot. There were some commanding issues that were associated with that work, and so Robonaut was not actually moved this morning, but a lot of information was gathered, and being able to work through the systems and the operations of a Robonaut on board the station as part of a technology demonstration. The Robonaut is the first human-like robot in space and a permanent resident of the International Space Station. It was developed jointly by NASA and General Motors under a cooperative agreement to develop a robotic assistant that can work alongside humans, whether they are astronauts in space or workers at GM manufacturing plants on Earth. Other science activities include using the cameras on board the station to observe the Earth. The crew members have targets of opportunity to take a look at as part of the Crew Earth's observations. But also the video cameras on the outside of the station can be commanded by the team here on the ground, and those have been looking at tropical storms and hurricanes this season, again capturing views of Hurricane Katia as it churns over the Atlantic Ocean. Also commanded from the Mission Control Team, or by the Mission Control Team, is the Dexter robot, which is on the outside of the International Space Station. That has been in motion this week for a maintenance activity on the outside of the complex. Earlier this week, removing and replacing a failed circuit breaker box, which was the first maintenance activity for that robot. The work continuing on later today by the team will be to close or move the container that had the new spare circuit breaker box in it and now has the failed one in, and also the robotic refueling mission module. Those 2 components have been on Dexter, the robot, and will be moved to the Express Logistics Carrier number 4. That will be the permanent platform for that robotic refueling mission, which was delivered to the space station by a space shuttle earlier this year. That experiment is a joint effort between NASA and the Canadian Space Agency and is designed to demonstrate the technologies, tools, and techniques needed to robotically service satellites, especially those not built with servicing in mind.